Welcome, all of you. Welcome to Positive Vibes. Today, we are discussing something in relation with the learning. Already, I did one video regarding the tips for examination. Today, as an extension, we are doing what are the learning techniques, how we can learn, or in short, how we can change the passive learning to the active learning. What is passive learning? Passive learning is mere assigned learning or mere assigned reading. Just read something. To change that passive learning into active learning is so important. Active learning means not only mere learning but just involved in it through various activities. Then easily the learner can recollect the learning points. That is what is called active learning. So here I'm just shuffling some very important points to learn properly or to change passive learning into active learning. Let's see the points. The first point is highlighting or noting the main points while you were going through the learning or reading. When you are highlighting a particular point or underlining, it's a two-way communication. You can easily rethink, easily revisit, and that can be changed into active learning. That is the first principle. Second one, reflecting and questioning. While learning a passage or while studying, by the time you have to think of questions. Ask yourself short questions. Why? What if? Like you can critically analyze that particular topic. That is really two-way communication. Your mind or brain will be very active and it is automatically changed into active learning. Third point, that is brainstorming. Brainstorming techniques can be used. Instead of mere reading or mere learning, you have to involve in it and change into active learning through brainstorming techniques. You can frame the children, you can frame the techniques, brainstorming techniques such as mind maps and concept maps. Through preparing mind maps and concept maps, you can gather and connect the informations on that particular topic. Both are different, mind map and concept map, that we will discuss later, but you have to prepare both mind map and concept map. You can relate it and that is a good technique for active learning. Next is something new to you, Feynman technique. Feynman technique is a new technique, maybe introduced by Feynman. It's a technique of active learning. While you learn something or you completed reading something, you understood something about a particular topic, you just explain to another person. That person is not aware of the topic. To a child or someone else, you explain this topic. When you are explaining this topic, you can find out the break. You are the person understanding you very well. So you can find out the break where you are lagging. And later you can correct that particular break. You can fill that particular break. That method is called Feynman technique. It is a very important method of active learning. Next one. There is another technique that we are always doing, that is discussion and peer reviewing. Make learning a little bit collaborative. Discuss it with your friends and review it. They can ask questions to you and you can ask questions to them, like a group study. That is very, very important method of active learning. You can hire the service of a mentor or a coach in this regard. That is another technique. Actually, sometimes we feel that we are right. What we are doing, that is the best way of learning. But actually, it is not correct. Even we know great players and all, they are going to other former players that are correcting their mistakes. How they hold their bat. Virat Kohli, he got the assistance of Nasser Hussain to correct his techniques. So we have some mistakes. So with the help of a coach, an old student or a teacher or an experienced student, good learner, you can get some tips or you can correct your mistakes. That is what is called a mentoring. That is a good idea of correcting your mistake. Another technique of active learning, or how you can change passive learning into active learning. Another one is experimental learning. Connect the day-to-day learning to real-life situation. Experience day-to-day situations or experience. Whatever you are learning, think and try to connect it with your life. In a life situation, the same problems comes, how you are reacting, that you think and learn the same thing. Automatically, that will be changed into active learning because you connected it with an incident, or that may happen in your life, something like that. That's why it's very easy to recollect. Next technique is repeated exposure. Repeated exposure is something different. How much you learned, that is not a matter in this concern. For example, you are going to study driving. How you first class, what you learned? Very little, only you learned. So here in this learning technique, we are not bothering about that, how much you learned. In this type of technique, how much you understood about the concepts. You have to learn more and more and more about the topic. When you are understanding more and more and more through different aspects, you will be interested in that particular topic. Through various perspectives, try to study maximum, try to learn maximum. Mere reading is enough. So some ideas you can connect somewhere and you will be interested in that. So how much you learn, that is nothing in this regard. Read about that particular topic, make some additional reading about that one, find out something latest things related to that particular topic. Like read more and more about that particular topic. Casually you read, that will help you later. So understanding that topic in a wide way, that will help you. That is what is this particular method. Next one is a very important technique, inter-learning experience or inter-learning technique. In this method, we are not studying a particular subject for the whole day. Some students, they are making timetable for their learning. Monday, physics. Sunday, biology. Tuesday, maths. Wednesday, history. It's really wrong. Because our brain setup is different. One day full you cannot study physics. Anyway, this is the exam time. You are taking the physics textbook and other materials. One day you fully you are studying physics. It will be something negative. Your brain will be inactive after some time. Your learning will be monotonous. You will lose your interest and it will be passive. So first 1 hour you study physics, take a break, then entirely different subject you take, another subject, for example history you take, another 1 hour you are studying history. Like that you study, it is very fine. So one day itself you study different subjects. But 1 hour you are giving for history or physics, fully you study that particular subject. Like you practice, instead of studying one subject for the whole day or for the whole week, that is not good. So this is a new technique for your learning. Thus you can make your passive learning to active. Another technique is active recalling. Already I told you, while you were learning, in between ask small questions, critical questions, what, why, what if. But here, after completing that term, you have to ask long questions to yourself. How much you learned. Then try to recollect it. If any break is there, make that point and later again break, fill it. Then again do a practice. Like that you can very easily recollect things through questions. The last one, the last technique, testing and evaluating by yourself. For that, you can frame questions. Small questions you can frame. But best thing, after you are learning, take some old question papers, previous question papers, and without the help of study materials, try to do. Make mistakes. And after that, you evaluate yourself. Automatically, you can understand where you are lacking. Otherwise, simply you are make a passive reading, learning, and think that I learned everything. You can't understand what type of questions will come. So if you if you go through practice question papers, and later that you have to evaluate, you have to give mark, then you can understand which areas you need improvement. That's a must. Then again study that particular area only. Do some other question papers. In different question papers, maybe the same questions will come. Then you can really understand the improvement. So that's why I'm telling, these are some of the techniques. I will continue the class with some other techniques in the coming video. These are some of the techniques. But one thing you have to understand, you have to involve in it. Should be active. Active learning is very important. Passive learning anyone can do. So simply sitting and reading something, that is not help. That will not help you. So you should be active. Brain should be active. So multi-purpose task you have to do while reading, writing the main points, underline, highlighting, writing questions, crossing that again. Ask questions by yourself. Try to answer. Try to recall. Explain you somebody. Ask the advice of someone. Like a different techniques you have to use. When you are using these techniques, what the basic advantage is that brain that is very active. When you are tired, just stop it. Take a break, go for an outing, and come back and start another subject. Then your brain will be very fresh. Understand? Like that, use some techniques. Okay, for studying different subjects. Thank you very much for hearing me. If you did not subscribe it, please subscribe my channel. Next week again I will come with some new videos for learning or writing examinations, something like that for the students. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.